us return the children of Gaza who have been out of school for 2 years. Let us return them to their deserved childhood. These words are quoted from the Foreign Minister of the UK. Let us return this cause to its true path, which is the two-state solution that has no alternative in order to establish a lasting peace and to end the cycles of violence. Violence will recur inevitably in the future if the logic of blind revenge prevails, a revenge that is racially motivated. We say loudly, Mr. President, enough. End the bloodshed and the killing that have stained our collective humanity. This is the responsibility of this Council before history. Thank you.
I thank His Excellency Mr. Abdel-Gate for the statement. I now give the floor to Her Excellency Ms. Kaja Kallas, High Representative of the European Union for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy and Vice President of the European Commission.
Dear President, Excellencies, if a military solution were possible in Gaza, Israel's war on Hamas would already be over, and the hostages would have been released. Instead, the war continues, and the famine has set in, a famine that was avoidable had aid been let in. We have a collective responsibility to change this situation. And so I repeat here the calls for an immediate ceasefire, the release of all hostages, and humanitarian aid into Gaza at scale. Europe has been the most active global actor in Gaza. We are the largest humanitarian donor. We have helped the Palestinians more than any other. We negotiated with the Israeli government a humanitarian understanding with specific benchmarks. Since then, more trucks have entered Gaza, more aid was delivered, the Jordanian and Egyptian routes were reopened, and repairs to critical infrastructure were carried out. In August, a ship carrying 1,200 tons of aid departed from Limassol, Cyprus. Further shipments will continue. But we all know it is not enough. That is why the European Union is pulling other levers to try and push the Israeli government to change its course of action. We recently proposed sanctions on extremist ministers in the Israeli government, sanctions on violent settlers in the West Bank and entities supporting their impunity, additional sanctions on Hamas terrorists, and the suspension of trade concessions with Israel. This is a message to current Israeli government. Change course and address the humanitarian suffering. In addition, another fundamental question hangs over us: how to square Israel's legitimate right to live in safety and security with the future Palestinian state. We have always believed that there is one answer: two states side by side. As we saw during yesterday's conference, the weight of the world is behind the two-state solution. The European Union has worked hard to make this possible. The European Union is also the leading supporter of the Palestinian Authority. We will provide €1.6 billion over the next 3 years. We also kept Palestinian institutions functioning during this war, including education. We have now launched a forum to finance the future for the Palestinian people, the Palestine Donor Forum. And the Global Alliance remains the best mechanism for the discussions on how to turn commitments into actions. There must be a turning point in this war, and it cannot be in the expense of either the viability of a Palestinian state or the legitimate concerns of Israel. We have the power to change the course of this conflict, to see the release of remaining hostages, to prevent further civilian suffering, and see an end to this war. Thank you.
Her Excellency Ms. Kallas for the statement. I now give the floor to His Excellency Mr. Nu Ilmaz, Deputy Minister for Foreign Affairs of Turkey.
Thank you, Mr. President. I am delivering this statement on behalf of Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan. Mr. President, I have the honor to deliver this statement on behalf of the member states belonging to the Organization of Islamic Cooperation in my capacity as the chair of the group.